Hello viewers! Welcome back if you've been watching recently, and a huge welcome if you're new to the channel. Recently I've been sharing some classic Tour de France climbs, ridden whilst travelling around France in our van. This time I'm focusing on Mont Ventoux. There are, amongst others, 3 very popular routes to this iconic mountain top, from Bédoin, Malaucène and Salt. From Bédoin, it's a climb of just under 21 kilometres, often tackled in an anti-clockwise direction with an average gradient of 7.7%. Total ascent for this climb is 1,594 metres. From Malaucène, it's a touch longer at 21 kilometres, often in a clockwise direction with an average gradient of 7.5%. Total ascent for this route is 1,564 metres. Approaching from the east in Salt, it's a 24.4 kilometre climb with an average gradient of 4.9% and a total ascent of 1,204 metres. We approached the climb from Malaucène, but contrary to the usual route, we first rode to Bédoin and then through the forest in an anti-clockwise direction to the summit, returning by the more usual route of ascent to Malaucène. Between Malaucène and Bédoin, a bonus col is gained, the Col de la Madeleine. The first 2/3 of the route climb through the forest.
Well, 6k to go.
And personally,
just out the trees.
I was very pleased to pop out of the trees for the final part of the climb.
It's opened up a bit. Up until now it's pretty much been forest.
But what a view greeted us when we reached this point. A barren, rocky and magnificent ride, with the road twisting ahead to the summit, shining blindingly white in the sun. However, we subsequently discovered what we thought to be a much better route, again starting from Malaucène and on to Bédoin. Only this time I can recommend combining it with the amazing Gorges de la Nesque. If you enjoy a good long ride, you won't regret it. Let's take a look.
It says 1,300 feet to go still, so a bit left. 6k, 7.1%, altitude 1441, the summit's 1910, so yep, good way to go. There's the summit. It's a little bit like seeing the lighthouse when you're doing the Cape Wrath Trail. Get out the trees finally, and you see it.
The hardest part of the climb from Bédoin is probably the final section, which ramps up to 10% right at the end. Let's do it!
Just under 400 feet to go. Blue skies, very little wind. Heart rate in the red. Not too hot, fortunately. It's nearly 12. Nearing the top now.
Right, that's the summit done, but rather than taking you back to Malaucène, let's go back to the aforementioned Gorges de la Nesque, which we feel would be a great prelude to the climb.
Let's look at this business. There's 700 odd feet to the top. View of the Ventoux day. View of the Ventoux day.
So from here, our suggestion would be to join up with the salt approach to the summit of Mont Ventoux. But I'll leave it here whilst we take a no less spectacular descent route through some of the lovely towns in this area and back to Malaucène for a bowl of chips. Hope you've enjoyed the ride. Please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more footage of Provence. It's a simply beautiful part of southern France.
Yeah, now it is. It's this bloody stupid Osmo, it's just not switching on properly.
Until next time, cheerio!